Hello, welcome to Drawing with Fire. I'm Valerie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, and today I'm throwing up a quick speed video of the different reference photos I used for this week for World Pyrography Month. And right now I'm showing you a couple of the different programs that are available for you. And I also found out recently that Krita and Fire Alpaca, I believe, are also free, or at least low cost. I'm not 100% sure about that. I've never used it, but there are definitely options out there for you. And I'm also showing you how I picked my reference photos from Pixabay, and this is gonna go really quickly because I spent easily 4 hours trying to pick my references and clean them up and do the layout. And I end up changing a couple of the references for both the penguin and the swan because I just couldn't get it to, oh, and even the elephant, because I couldn't get them to seat the way I wanted to within the composition. And so I start at the top left, and you see me moving down the edge and off to the side so I can really figure out the composition I want to start with, because how I start with this is pretty much how I'm going to be working through the whole month. So I was really paying attention to how I wanted things to lay out and overlap and whatnot. And in Photoshop, this is not a tutorial in Photoshop. This is just showing you what I'm doing. I use a lot of masking to just pull out the subject that I want, get rid of the background so it's not really taking away from what I'm trying to do, because I'm not going to burn the background anyway, and it'll kind of throw my layout off if I left it in there. Now, I do know that in GIMP, which I showed you at the beginning, that program, you should be able to do layers and masking. It's set up similar to Photoshop, but I don't know it very well. I've been using Photoshop since like 2001, and though I'm definitely far from an expert, it's definitely very helpful for me in doing my reference photos, my videos, my thumbnails. I do the paid subscription of $9.99 a month for the Photoshop and Lightroom. This is not sponsored. I'm just telling you what I do. And I get a lot of work done with it, but there are those free options for you. Though PicMonkey used to be kind of free, but it looks like now you might have to pay for it. So whatever works for you, I would highly recommend using that. Now, I'm not going to talk through this whole video because it's like, what is it, 12 minutes, a very fast Photoshop, and I honestly don't know what I could tell you about it other than right here I'm moving the different references around, trying to find that layout. Later on in the video, you're going to see me draw blue lines along the white background, and ultimately that's what the flow that I want for this piece. So I'm laying out kind of where I want like the center of the subjects to be, so I have an easier visual on layout. And here I didn't like my elephant, so I went back into Pixabay, grabbed another elephant that I thought I could clean up better and wouldn't look so odd if it didn't have a body, and fit a little bit better with the penguin and the swan. The swan I'll be changing here in a minute because the head it didn't work for me, so I had to find something else. At the beginning of the video, you saw that I popped up a watercolor sketch that I had done in my sketchbook this past Sunday. And what I had done is taken the references that I thought I was going to use and quickly for me, painted them out just so I could see how the composition kind of laid down on the paper and how everything fit together. And if you notice, by the end of the video, I actually come back to that layout that I had painted because it seemed to work the best out of everything I had tried. So if you're having a little bit of problem, I do suggest going to a sketchbook and seeing how you could quickly work it out so it works better for you. So I hope this helps out. Again, this is just a quick how I laid my references out for World Pyrography Month. You absolutely do it the way that works the best for you, because that's what's important, using what works best for you. So I will see you again later with day 2, and happy burning!
you.